Continuing over here in the Maimer, we're in the original book, we're on page 30. In the booklet, it's page 7, and we're by the pasuk that says "V'zeu inyan tzadik oichel l'soiva nafsho uben rishoyim techsar." Maybe Oren, if you could let's put up this pasuk on the screen. We'll see this pasuk because this pasuk actually talks. Go to guest account. You could turn around this screen. The pasuk says the following. The pasuk says, go into Google, go into Chrome.
And just search.
Tzadik oichel l'soiva nafsho. You're in the Hebrew?
Alt, Shift Alt.
No, this opens that one. No panicking, no panicking. Very, very interesting pasuk because this pasuk also has a positive on it. L'sova nafsho, tzadik ochel. L'sova nafsho.
Wow.
Let's see how the pasuk reads simply, and how the how Chassidus sees this pasuk.
Internet.
There's no internet.
No.
Looks like there is internet. You spelled it right. It's beautiful.
No, an internet. Look, on the matter.
Really? Now we should have. No, but we're not going on Wi-Fi. Well, the truth is, maybe we should connect 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Secured.
But really, we should have like. Okay, so let's put in tzadik, ochel, l'sova, nafsho. What is the meaning of the words, guys? Tzadik, a righteous person,
Eats to satiate his soul.
for the satiation of his soul. I don't know why it doesn't work. What happened over here to our computer? This network works. This network works. This plugged in.
Tech support. Please stand by.
Let's not waste your time. Is too precious. You woke up early in the morning. Let's go. So what does the pasuk say? The pasuk says, "Tzadik ochel l'sova nafsho." The tzaddik eats for the satiation of his soul, ubeten rishoyim techsar, and the stomach of the evil is lacking. What is the simple meaning? I think the simple meaning of the pasuk is this: the Torah. The it's not a pasuk in the Torah; it's a pasuk in Tanakh. Where is the pasuk? You want to look it up on a phone. Tzadik oichel l'soiva nafsho. Oh, got it. Very good. Thank you. Okay, you have this is a discourse on the thing. So it's in Mishlei. Mishlei is Proverbs. Oh, over there, wiki text. No, this is the first one. Okay, let's see the first thing. Tzadik oichel l'soiva nafsho. Turn it around. Okay, go back, because over there we also had a interpretation. Go to the back one. let's look. The first one is interpretation, then we're going to look at the pasuk itself. Tzadik ochel osav nafsho. What does it mean that a tzaddik eats for the satiation of soul? Klomar, ochel, he eats, masharu ra'ui l'kayem gufo, v'lo yoter. He eats in order to be satiated, not just for lust or for pleasure. Harasha, what?
Yeah.
Harasha and the evil person, afilu kol machalim sheba'olam hu ochel, even if he eats all the foods in the world, ve'eno mistapek, and it's not enough for him. It doesn't suffice for him. B'machal echad, one food, u'misavel machal macherim, and he constantly wants. It has a desire for a lot of other foods. She'enu yochel leknoisim, they can't even buy. Ba'alkein, and therefore techsar bitnoi, his stomach will be lacking. And he'll never be satiated. Mikol mashahu mitaveh, from all the things that he wants. According to this interpretation, let's go into the wiki text, and we'll make the pasuk big. Make it big.
Which pasuk?
This one, yeah.
Control plus.
We discussed how food relates to other things in life as well, so it also applies clearly to money and other.
Yeah, everything. So what is the simple meaning? Tzaddik oichel l'soy v'nafshe, the tzaddik eats enough and he's satiated. It's sufficient for him. Thank you, Oren. Ubeter l'shoyim techsar, the stomach of a rasha. You see the words? Ubeter l'shoyim techsar, and the stomach of a rasha is always lacking. A person that is into lust, never, nothing suffices. He's always lacking. He's always looking for more. I'm sure you know some people like that. I don't know closely, but I know of someone. A friend of mine told me that he knows someone that literally flies around the world. He wants to check out every type of physical desire. He's addicted. That's a simple meaning. The tzaddik becomes satiated, and the rasha is always lacking. That's what Chazal tell us. Ein adam met v'chatzi tavato biyado. A person doesn't pass away from the world, and he has even a half of his desires. People that are into desiring always want more. A person has 100, he wants 200. He has 200. I have a friend that was successful, and he got married, and he was like all nervous what's going to be. He wanted to write a prenup, like we're talking about a young kid. So I asked him, like, when are you going to stop? When are you going to? What's your goal? Actually, because of the prenup, she got so offended. So they got married, but the marriage didn't. There was a lack of trust right away in the beginning. Like, I'm not talking like a second marriage. It's more normal, or people getting married older. But we're talking about a first marriage. So no, I can't get married. I don't know what to do with my money, my assets. So I told him, when are you going to start enjoying your money? When are you going to start spending money? He didn't spend anything. We're like so frugal. So and I'll have enough money that money will make enough money for me to use. Like it's always lacking. That's the simple pshat. There's a deeper pshat over here that I want to share. Tzaddik ochel l'sov nafsho. What does the tzaddik eat? He eats to be satiated. Ubeten l'shoim, and the stomach of a rasha techsar. He's eating. Why is he eating? It's not that he doesn't get satiated. Why is he eating? He's trying to fill a void. Tzaddik eats. The tzaddik eats to become satiated. He's hungry. He wants to be satiated. Why does the rasha eat? Because he has a void. That's emotional eating. Again, we're talking about a rasha. We're not talking about someone evil over here. We're talking about a person that's not in touch with themselves. That's the example that we gave already a few times this week. You sit at home, you go to the fridge. 5 minutes later, you go to the fridge again. 10 minutes later, you go to the fridge again. Why are you going to the fridge? Do you think a genie came and brought a big sushi platter when you didn't realize? Why are you going to the fridge? You're obviously looking for something else. Food is a very, very good filler. But when you eat, in order to fill a void, it doesn't fill the void. You have to fill the void with what's really, what the person's void is really.
So basically, food's not a substitute.
Food should be, when a person is mindful when he eats, it shouldn't be a substitute. Mindful eating. I'm hungry, I need to satiate myself. Automatically I'll eat less, most probably. I'll eat healthier. I'll even enjoy it more to a certain extent. Are you aware of the fact, this is an unbelievable, interesting fact, that people that are into physical desires enjoy things less? People, addicts, let's take it to the extreme, but then everything is on a spectrum. Addicts don't really enjoy what they're addicted to. They actually don't feel anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it brings them back to equilibrium. Doesn't give them the high anymore.
Not only when it comes to you say because it brings them back to equilibrium.
Yeah, right.
I think maybe what you're saying is exactly the same thing, just in different words. I think that the reason why people that are looking for lust don't really enjoy is because there's so much escapism. But you're basically saying the same thing from other words.
I saw people in a lot of grade school, high school nicotine usage. It turned from people getting a feeling of it's like high, but then people became addicted. So then they wouldn't smoke their vapes because they would receive a high. They would smoke because to feel normal because they were addicted.
Exactly. I think I'm saying the same thing from a basically what Boaz is saying, that brings it back to equilibrium. So it's not a plus. I think that's what Boaz is trying to say. It's not a plus. They're not doing something enjoyable. They're just doing it in order to to be able to survive. But what I'm saying is basically, I think the same thing, just in other words, that a person that eats because they want to escape something, also physically they enjoy the ice cream less. A person that is really cognizant, like he's not cognizant, the word cognizant is the wrong word, backspace, delete. But a person that is conscious about the ice cream that he's having, he decides he's going to go out with his wife for ice cream. He's going to go out with his kids for ice cream. And they come to the ice cream house, Katzefet. This is not an advertisement, so don't worry. I don't get any royalties for that. But that's like the dream of every American that comes to Israel, and have the ice cream of Katzefet.
Wow.
Yeah, it's good. So Americans in general, the T is silent, so it doesn't say Katzefet, it's Katzefet. Yeah? So you go to the Katzefet, and you sit down, and if you're conscious, get a good ice cream, and you enjoy it with your wife. Go on a date, or you go with your kids. You enjoy it. So it's like physically, in all pleasures, if you're focused, if you're present, if you are mindful, it's very pleasurable. But you'll see that people that are gluttonous, it looks like they enjoy the food because, the joke of the guy that was so gluttonous that he couldn't stop eating. He couldn't eat anymore, so someone said, just like, put in a finger. Put in a finger. It's like people that binge purge, yeah? Binge purge?
Yeah.
He said, are you crazy? If I would have a place for a finger, I would put in a pickle. Yeah. So the people that use physicality in order to escape, they're less present over there. So the physicality by itself, they enjoy less. So going back to what we're saying about over here, when the tzaddik eats, he eats it for the satiation of his soul. can even enjoy it more. Again, not from a gluttonous, lustful, crazy place. Comes like, okay, have my food, everything is okay. But it's the Rasha, again, Rasha means the person that is detached. We're not calling them Rasha. That's not the point. That person that is detached, he's trying to fill a void. Trying to fill a void, that's impossible. By escaping, you're not trying to fill the void. So the way to fill the void is by going back to the source of the pain, and so on and so forth. We're not going to go into there because we're still focusing on the pasuk, on the board. So according to the board, according to the pasuk in Mishlei, where is it? Mishlei, Proverbs. Go down, go up. It'll tell us the pasuk. Yeah, Proverbs 13, Yud Gimel, verse 25. Comes the Alter Rebbe. The Alter Rebbe explains it in a much deeper way. We're talking about one type of eating. Tzaddik oichel l'soy v'nafshay. The tzaddik eats for the station of his soul. Ubeten rishoyim techsar, and the stomach of the klipa. Rishoyim is the klipa. Techsar is lacking because through a tzaddik eating, through mindful eating, what happens to the nitzotzos? What happens to the sparks that fell into the possession of the Rishoyim, metaphorically called the sparks that fell into the stomach of the Rishoyim? When the tzaddik eats, he's basically stealing out sparks that fell into the stomach of the Rishoyim and brings them back to holiness.
Can you say that again, please? Take the sparks that fall from the Rishoyim?
The sparks that were that was in the stomach of the Rishoyim. The Rishoyim over here doesn't refer to the people. It refers to the Klipa. Like we said in the beginning, like we said throughout this week, that God created the world with a lot of energy in the world of chaos. Then it fell, it broke, Shviras HaKelim, the breaking of the vessels. Then those pieces of light fell into the Klipa. Falling into the Klipa is like metaphorically called that it's in the stomach of the evil of the world. When the tzaddik eats, he actually steals out, he takes back sparks from the stomach of the klipa, and that's called beten rishoyim techsar. Beten rishoyim techsar is the stomach of the evil is going to be lacking because the person that eats with mindfully, he actually brings back the sparks to kedusha. This concept of elevating sparks is called, like taking out from his stomach, is also found in another pasuk that the Alter Rebbe is going to bring over here. Let's look up the pasuk. Chayil bola vayeki enu. We could keep this pasuk, just open a new tab, because this pasuk is a very, very important pasuk. Chayil, next, bala, bet, lamed, ayin, bala. Oh, you're right. No, with ayin. Oh, you have it. Very good. Chayil bala vayeki enu. What does it say? This is in Job. This is in Job. Very good. Make it a bit higher. Chayil bala. What does chayil mean? Chayil is assets. It also nowadays means a soldier. But chayil also eshes chayil, a woman of valor. Right? Chayil is energy. Bala. He swallowed. Who's the he? The evil swallowed. Vayekrienu, and he puked it. Mi bitnoi, from his stomach. Yorishenu Kael, God will inherit it. In other words, or God will make the person inherit it. This is actually a pasuk that is used in Kabbalah when talking about wasted seed. What happens? What's the problem with it? Right? We said that food is connected to a lot of other things too. But just to make it simple, like without this whole there's so much. How do you say? misconceptions. There's so much like fog around the whole thing. What is the problem with it? What is the problem with it? It's like and Kabbalah makes like a whole big fuss of it, and even Shulchan Aruch. The idea is very simple. The idea is that there's energy, and energy has to be focused. That's it. When a person is focused, it's not easy to be focused. Like I think it's the biggest struggle to be focused. I have friends that argue with me. They say that they have other issues. I know for me, and I believe. Okay, everybody is looking from their perspective. When a person is focused, he will, he'll channel his energy to the right place. When a person is not focused, so he is lost. So in the words of Boaz, he always needs to get back to the equilibrium. That's where, or in the words that I use, when a person is not focused, he's looking for life outside of himself. In the words of Chassidus, we should have a longer class on it, but just in one sentence, in the words of Chassidus is always the question, are you finding life within you? Is what you're doing now making you closer to yourself? You're cultivating and developing your internal life? Or the opposite, you are looking and searching for life outside of you to support you, to fill up that void that we spoke about in the other pasuk. So actually, according to Kabbalah, if you look in Kabbalistic Sidurim, or even in Sephardic Sidurim like it very, very much. In the Shmona Esrei, when it talks about the shofar, so what do we ask Hashem? We ask Hashem, may you sound the shofar, sound the big shofar for our redemption. And pick up nace. Nace is how do you say nace?
Miracle.
Yeah, but in this context, it's like a flag or something. Nace is a sign. Lekabetz Gol Yoseinu, to gather our exiles. Kaptzeinu yachad, and gather us together. Me'arba kamfei sa'aretz, from the four corners of the earth. Lartzeinu. What's going on?
Yeah, it goes from right from that to birth.
Oh, very good. So what is the simple meaning? The simple meaning is we're asking Hashem to gather all the people all the way from South Africa, from Sydney, from New Zealand, all the way to Alaska. All the Jews should be gathered to the land of Israel. But we know that everything is multidimensional. What does it mean in our personal life? Personal life. So the Kabbalists, again, the Kabbalists say that this tefillah is also asking Hashem like to gather all our wasted seed. Yeah, it's been gone all over. So we ask Hashem like bring it back to the holiness, because basically when it was wasted or it was done in a different way, so it's like, so to say, it was given the power for the klipa, and we ask Hashem, let's gather it all back. Let's gather it back to its source. But again, from a Chassidic perspective, Chassidim don't like to talk so much about it in the physical sense. What does it mean? What does it mean? We're all scattered. Our energy is scattered. Seed is just a physical manifestation of that. What?
Shema.
Oh, anyone that didn't say the Shema. Yeah? Because Shema is already today. Thank you for reminding us. I don't even remember if I did or not. Yeah. So let's do only the first two psukim because we're in the middle of learning. That's it. Thank you. So what are we asking Hashem, basically? We're asking Hashem, gather all of our sparks of energy that have been lost. A part of me has been lost in some stupid doom scrolling. A part of me has been lost in some crazy relationship that just distracted me. It's like we've been all scattered. Hashem, help me focus. Help me come back to my true self. The Kabetz Goliyosenu, gather my exiles from all over the world. We're so scattered. But again, from a very physical perspective, we're talking about people getting onto a plane, coming to Israel. What does that mean by us? By us, it means when we really become in touch with ourselves. So slowly, all those things that are scattered will come back to us. We'll be able to see how this made us deeper. We won't be scattered anymore. The opposite. It's going to all come back to one goal of making the world a better place by us being stronger and better. So there's sparks that are swallowed into the stomach of the klipa. And that's hinted in this pasuk. The Kabbalah about this pasuk is Chayil Bola Vayikienu. The klipa swallowed energy, and it's going to vomit it. Mibitnoi, from his stomach, Yorishenu Kel, Hashem will make that person inherited, taking it out. So just look at these verses. You see, the verse Chayil Bola Vayikienu, Kabbalah says. It's not so much Chassidus, we're going off in Kabbalah, but Kabbalah says that the name of God that contains the energy of taking out the sparks from the klipa is found in the acronym of Chayil Bola Vayikienu, Chet Bet Vav. If you look in a Sephardic Siddur, go to the blessing of Tekabeh Shofar Gadol, by God's name over there, it says, think Chet Bet Vav. If we have a Sephardic Siddur over here, I would love to show it to you inside. It's quite fascinating. So, but let's see inside. Let's see. Kiyesh Beis Achilas. Oh, I'm sorry. The way I said it is, let's go back to the first pasuk, all right? The way I said it was that we're talking about the same person eating. So the first type is tzaddik oichel l'soiva nafshoy. Tzaddik, that it's one type of eating that the tzaddik eats focus. Then the rishonim are missing. I made a mistake. The Alter Rebbe also over here will divide it into two. But what is the division? Tzaddik oichel l'soiva nafshoy. The tzaddik eats for the satiation of the soul. Is the eating on Shabbos, like we explained throughout the whole week. The eating on Shabbos is not in order to rectify the world. The opposite. On Shabbos, physicality is on a higher level, and on Shabbos we have the ability to see how the physicality not only is not a distraction to godliness, the physicality by itself becomes a satiation for our spirituality. Ubeter shoyim techsar, that's the avoida of the eating during the week. During the week, the avoida is to make the stomach of the klipa lack. Let's see inside. V'zeu we're in the line that starts with the word lamata. V'zeu inyan tzaddik oichel l'soiv nafshay, and that's the inyan of the tzaddik eating for the satiation of his soul. Ki yesh beis achilos. There's two eatings. Or aleph l'soiv nafshay. One is for the satiation of his soul, v'abeis, and the second one, ubet n'shoyim techsar, is to empty out, to make the stomach of the evil lacking. L'soiva nafshoy. What does it mean? L'soiva nafshoy. Hu chayis hanefesh haba milamayla. That's the chayis of the soul that comes from above. Like we said before, that on Shabbos you could literally become closer to God and feel God in the pleasure of the cholent. It's a bit of a high level. Don't start fantasizing that you're on that level, but you should know that there's a concept like that. The obet and rishoyim. What does it mean? The stomach of the rishoyim. Hainu ki rishoyim hem achitzonim. The evil powers are the chitzonim. What does chitzonim mean? The external powers. The klipa is called chitzonim. Vayidei achilon, through eating, mevaredim, we sift through, we elevate, mehem, from them, chayil bala, vayekianu. I was 2 weeks ago, I was Shabbos by,
Rabbi Shem Tov some mayor roads, Crown Heights,
right.
chasing people around Crown Heights, apparently.
Yeah, together with his father.
Yeah.
But Mayor Miriam Rhodes, very, very special people. They live in Batayin. Try to go there for a Shabbos. It's very cool. Batayin is cool, but they were hippies and they became Bali Tshuva. Very, very special people. And she's very learned. So I saw her old Torah Ohr. Before it was even block letters. Again, she grew up on college campuses, like it was like a secular girl and everything, and her Torah Ohr is still Rashi letters, but she actually sat and went through the whole Torah Ohr, and for sometimes she has like hard words, the translation on the side, but I saw over there one of the major things that she did, and I think it's brilliant. Over here, they didn't put it in. She just put quotation marks every time the Alter Rebbe quotes a pasuk, because the Alter Rebbe is very brilliant in this way of who am I to give the Alter Rebbe titles? Yeah, but I'm just saying one of the things that you have to get used to the Alter Rebbe. He says something, but he uses right away a pasuk because he's talking to people that know all the psukim. So you see over here, what does it say? Through the eating mevarim mehem. So if you would have your own Torah Ohr, you could have made over here chayil balav. That is actually from Job. Where is it? Job where? Job 20 verse 15. Chayil balav ki b'chol ma'achol, because in every food yesh taiva. Every food also has a physical desire. What's the problem with physical desire? What's wrong with physical desire? What is Chassidus so upset with the physical desire?
It removes
Because
the enjoyment of it.
Exactly. Wow. That's ultra. Wow. Say it again. I didn't think that you were going to go so Hasidic so quick.
It removes you from the enjoyment of the actual food itself, from the actual pleasure you're trying to indulge in.
That's brilliant. Wow. Really, I should stood up and hug you. This is like this is like going to super Chassidus with a space shuttle. Boaz goes right away. He says, you know the problem with the taiva? Because it doesn't let you enjoy the food. And the enjoyment of the food is holy. Okay, but that's very advanced. That's like super advanced. The simple meaning, what does a taiva mean? Taiva means escapism. Like what Boaz says even deeper. That if you really focus, you can enjoy the godliness in the food. That's already a really high level. But for us, why should we try to, so to say, tame our desires? Because if you have a desire, what does that mean? You're searching for something, just like you're searching in the empty refrigerator. You're searching for something. Who are you searching for? Yourself. Who's your true self? Your connection to God. That's what does this teach us? God is not some boogie monster up there. God is in you. God is your soul. So he says, every food also has the physical desire. What is the physical desire? The physical desire is where, instead of being focused on cultivating your true essential self, you think about the sushi. And the sushi says, comes and winks to you. Come to me. Lose focus. Indulge! So he says like this, because in every food there's also some taiva. Where are we up to? Ki b'chol ma'achol yesh taiva. In every food there's also a physical desire. Shehu shorish haklipa. That is the root of the klipa. Guys, why is taiva the root of the klipa? Because that's the whole idea of the klipa. The whole idea of the klipa is for you to stop being in touch with your true self.
It's a redirection of your focus to external.
Exactly. That's like exactly to redirect yourself.
Because the klipa is like it's a shell, so it's everything on the outside.
Exactly. every line today. What did you drink today? Hey, look at
Give me
Boaz.
some of
Boaz.
that.
It's like
You know,
you're,
it's actually decaf coffee.
oh, decaf coffee. Maybe. You know, like sometimes baristas, you ask them for a decaf coffee, they put in a lot of caffeine, and the person enjoys it, and then they sold you a wrong bottle. But what did Boaz just say? What is klipa? Klipa is on the outside, and really the question is always the shell. The question in life is always, where's the arrow pointing? Is what you're doing pointing inwards or outwards? And you should know it's very easy to get fooled. It's very easy to get fooled. What am I doing now? Am I doing now something to get closer to myself, or this is going to divert me from myself? What's the best way of knowing? Think how you're going to feel the next morning.
Or you look in the mirror. You're real serious.
That's one trick. One trick is, how do I feel the next morning? I feel the next morning, oh, that was good. That was good. I learned. I grew. I cultivated my essential self. Or the next morning, shoot.
Tumi L'chaim the night before.
What I did, I would have never been able to do this without being drunk. Or there's another trick. Another trick is not so strong. Would you want your child to do that? When it comes to ourselves, we have physical desires. But how would we feel if our child would sit like 5 hours straight on YouTube? Being a couch potato, what would we tell them? The slump, get out!
What do we say in Yiddish? Shvus, or not shvus, we said yesterday in Yiddish, stand up.
Stay toof.
Stay too.
Stand up. Mm-hmm. Oof is the same word like
up. Stay too.
Stay to stand. Understand is verstehen. Stehen is stand.
But what is it? Steht uf is stand up. What's like steto?
Stettel. That's not
It's not the same word.
Stettel is from the word state. Statel. Makes it small, so a small state is a shtetl. Stott is a city.
I thought it was the same. I don't know why I thought it was the same root. Okay.
Stott is a city, and that's very common in languages between city and state. So Stott is the same word like state. But in German and Yiddish it's a city. Yeah, like the word Medina. What is Medina?
City. Or the city, the city.
Medina is a city, but in Arabic it's a city. It's a state in Hebrew. So there's a lot of in different languages between state and city.
Yeah.
It's easier.
I think they translate Arabic as like the city.
No, that's when it talks about Medina. The Mecca and Medina.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but when you talk about city center, you'll hear on the train, say center, Markaz el Medina.
Yeah.
Markaz is Merkaz.
Yeah.
Center. Markaz el Medina, city center.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How did we get into languages?
Arabic.
So this one was a couch potato.
We're talking about being a couch potato. That we never like when other people are couch potatoes. We look at people are couch potatoes like, what a bum.
Yeah.
But we love doing the same.
It's like a typical thing. It's the guys drinking.
It's like 5 hours not existing.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Like, where were you the last 5 hours? I don't even know. What did I do? What did I watch?
Well, it's like comic relief. Like it's a guy like sitting on his couch.
That's the question. Why do you need relief? Why do we need relief? Because it's too painful for us to focus ourselves. That's exactly the point.
Distraction.
Yeah.
It's a distraction. But why do we need the distraction? Why do we call it relief? Because when we don't work with ourselves and we don't get in touch with ourselves, being in touch with ourselves is too painful. And what is the meaning of a healthy person? A person that knows how to contain that pain. That pain is life. Being in touch with ourselves, having the ability to contain that pain, and slowly you learn how to live with that. The pain could be very good. The pain could be your motivation to make the world a better place.
For it, not contain. Contain has connotations that you're like
restricting.
Like restricting it.
Okay.
Holding space for the pain.
Holding space. I mean the word contain, not like to contain it, not contain, but rather have the ability In Hebrew, it's called hachala.
Channel.
To contain it, to accept it, to create space for it. I didn't mean contain.
Nachon, I knew it just
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
changed your words.
No problem, no
It's a
problem.
bit-
But the word that is used, I think, is but it's the same thing. Make space for it, but making space is not doesn't really express the idea that I'm trying to say, because making space could be make space somewhere. I want to be able to live with it. I want to be able
to it.
Yeah, be present to it, feel it, live with it, use it as a motivating thing. This is really a part of being healthy. A lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people think that the idea is to push away the pain or try to heal the pain. First of all, some pain will never go away. Some pain will never go
Emotional,
away.
physical, or both?
We're talking about emotional.
Physical pain passes.
It will never go. First of all, it will never go away. Second, what happens is when you bottle it up,
It's worse.
it's worse. It comes back to haunt you. And that's where depression comes in. That's where
Sadness. That's how sad energy is created.
exactly sad energy is created. And I want to quote the second what Alter Rebbe says in chapter 26, which is connected to our Maimon. But I just want to say that studies nowadays say, how do you deal with people with they're suicidal? They have so much pain. So a lot of people don't understand. They think that people with suicide, or better, suicide is like once you do suicide, you know the joke. The guy in the terror boot camp says, "Guys, I want to show you how to blow up how to blow yourself, how to be a suicide bomber." Yeah, but I'm only doing this once. Watch, because I'm only doing it once. Yeah, but let's say people that cut themselves, God forbid.
That's bad.
So some people think that they're cutting themselves because they're trying to kill themselves.
So it's
I don't think they're doing it for attention. That their pain, their emotional pain, is so painful, so they would rather feel physical pain in order to divert from
It's like if I had like a shoulder injury and then you take my leg out. It's like I'm going to focus on my leg now.
Exactly. So in other words, what they learned after doing a lot of research, what they learned was that the way that the problem with people that are suicidal is not because they didn't deal with the pain, it's because they don't know how to receive the pain, how to live with the pain, how to contain it, not in container, not to bottle it up. It sounds a bit counterintuitive to heal a person, not by healing their pain, but saying just accept the pain. When you learn to accept the pain, then you don't need to cut yourself, or you don't have to run away to suicide. Not you, God forbid. The person doesn't have to run away to suicide because he's able to be with it. And that's the idea of lust. The idea of lust is some small type of escapism. And that's why lust, again, I'm going on the spectrum all the way from suicide to cutting yourself to indulging in sushi. Yeah? So, hey, guys, I'm not saying that it's on the same level, God forbid. But deep down, yeah, indulging and fressing is, I always say, gorging, being gluttonous until you can't move, or afterwards, like you become overweight or become. It's like this is like, how do you say? I was once by a friend's house when I was a child. I remember it to nowadays. The kid was a bit husky, and the father didn't like it. We're talking about a long time ago. Most probably the father didn't realize that it wasn't so nice, but he told his son, "Stop eating." Again, don't do it at home. It's not nice. It's a bit old-fashioned. He told his son, "No, stop eating." I asked the father, "What's the problem?" So he says, he tells me, "That's what is the disease?" So he says, like if he eats, his lower torso becomes swollen. So it just stuck in my head from when I was like 9 years old or 10 years old. What is the idea? What is the idea? Why am I willing to suffer pain either, God forbid, suicide or cutting oneself or going all the way eating and becoming unhealthy? Why? Because I'm escaping something. That's the idea of taiva. The Alter Rebbe says in chapter 26 in Tanya, like one of the strongest lines in the book of Tanya, that the Yetzer Hara wants to make us depressed. Why? What does he gain from making us depressed? Because through depression, he'll be able to make us fall into physical desires.
Gives us something instead.
He wants to make us depressed. What does depression mean? Detachment from myself. And once a person is depressed, it's easier to get him to just doom scroll for 5 hours. It's easier for him to go and get into pornography. Why? Because when you're focused and you're happy, why would you do that? Why would you do something that is harming yourself? So the Yetzer Hara first tells you, oh, you're so bad, and you're so this, and you're a loser, this. In order to get your mood down, what does that do? It's like, mood down means you're not in touch with yourself. From here, it's very easy just to slip into all physical desires. The words in the Tanya, let's take out a Tanya, or let's do it on the screen, because this is such a powerful line. Chapter 26, just go to Chabad.org. The Yetzer Hara wants you to become depressed. Just go to Chabad.org or just do it in English.
Yeah.
Change to English.
What's it?
Alt-Shift.
Shift Alt, yeah.
I've had a frightening amount of friends say that when they feel down, they hook up with girls.
One
I've
B.
had-
Exactly.
I've had a frightening amount of people say this.
Well,
Exactly.
One B.
It's
So what does
another
that show?
release.
What?
It's another release that they want to like.
One B. One B.
It's
instant
a release. It's an escape.
gratification.
It's
Yeah.
escape. There's one B. What did you spell Chabad? There you go.
I want more.
You want more bees.
More B's.
That's so cool. So cool. More bees. The Alter Rebbe somewhere in Tanya puts in a lot of moons. Okay, it's a whole other thing. So
More
there's learning and
bees.
values.
More bees means more honey. which means more
Exactly.
sweetness.
Exactly. Textual. What's going on with the internet? What's it on the Wi-Fi?
Yeah, you're on
It's
the
on my
Wi-Fi.
phone.
What?
It's on my phones.
Oh, you connected to your phone.
Yes,
that's
that's right.
amazing.
Parshat.
Tanya, just go. No, but you're in daily study. The classic text, Hasidic text, go to text and writings, down. Text and writings.
Second from the top.
The Tanya, that's it.
No.
Chapter 26. This is unbelievable. It's like what Lev just said. That some people, your friends say, when I'm depressed, I look for a release. That's taivas. That's taivas. How to numb myself. So some people know how to numb themselves. Some people that are so far gone, they can't even numb themselves. What do they need to do? They need to, in order to run away, they need to bring pain upon themselves. But that's the idea. So food has in it the aspect of taiva that we have to make sure. So let's see inside. We'll see kibchol meichel, and every food yesh taiva. Shu shoydesh aklipa. That's the root of the klipa of the food. Validation nichlal b'gufa adam, and when it becomes included in the body of man, nasam menudam, and becomes blood, and nishlach l'leiv moyach, that is sent to the heart and the brain. Nishapach l'toiv b'kedusha, it changes over to good in kedusha. Dechizik alev moyach b'yitz Hashem, through supporting the heart and brain in the service of Hashem. Validei zeh, through this, loikeach mimeno achayes shebezeh lu'umah. Through this, he takes away. Doesn't work.
It's by moving your phone
buffering.
closer there. Yeah.
Oh, look at
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Power of concrete.
Okay, chapter 26. Second, guys, let's only see the words of the Alter Rebbe. V'zeh, when this is the meaning of Bet Nashim Techsar, that the stomach of the evil is lacking. Shenechsar achayis shebalu, because it's lacking the chayis that it swallowed. Umi bitno yirshenu el, and from his stomach God will give his inheritance. On during the weekdays, the whole idea of eating food is to empty the stomach of the evil. But the eating on Shabbos, He amshacha milamayla is drawing down from above. L'soiva nafshoi. Let's go down. L'soiva nafshoi for the satiation of his soul. Machmas amaychel k'moshu b'sharshei l'mayla, because the food, as it is in its source above, koidim shenafel sh'yoskelim, before it came down in the breaking of the vessels, she'en boi birur, that there's no need to sift through it. Let's go down further. Further. This is the unbelievable words of the Alter Rebbe. Some people don't realize it. A second. Very good. We had it. Next. Very good. Over here. It is certainly a trick of the evil inclination. Let's do one part before that. Aaron, read it. We want to hear the South African accent.
But even who is occupied in business and worldly affairs, should there descend upon him any sadness or anxiety about heavenly matters during his business affairs?
So someone might come and say, wow, this is so special. The guy's in the middle of business and he's beating himself up and he's becoming depressed that his davening wasn't good. Says the Alter Rebbe, it is certainly a trick. Read our
of the evil inclination, which saddens him, ostensibly for spiritual reasons, in order to lure him afterward into lust.
Beautiful. In order to lure him afterwards into lust, God forbid, as it is well known. Guys, you should know Chassidus is obsessed with happiness versus depression. A lot of people ask, like, what does Chassidus make a whole fuss out of it? There's the famous vart of Reb Aaron Kaliner who said, happiness is not a mitzvah, but it brings all the mitzvahs. Sadness is not an avera. But to the averas that it could bring, nothing else could bring. Why is Chassidus so obsessed with happiness versus depression? The idea why Chassidus is so obsessed with happiness versus depression is because happiness and depression are forms, are states of who you are. Are you in touch or you are detached? If you're in touch, if you're happy, you're going to be in touch with yourself. So you're going to do the right thing, and you're going to go to sleep on time, you're going to wake up on time, and you're going to invest in your real relationships, people that really matter in your life. And if you're detached, you don't go to sleep, you don't wake up, you don't focus, and you put your energy instead of being focused on your wife or your kids, it's scattered elsewhere. Rahman al-Islam. So the words over here that I wanted you to see in the Tanya, it is certainly a trick of the evil inclination in order to lure him afterwards into lust, God forbid. Why does the Yetzer Hara want you to be depressed? He'll use even spiritual reasons for your depression. You know why you should be depressed? Because you didn't wake up for Chassidus. Because you didn't daven. Because I fell into watching something I shouldn't be watching. No. Any depression, now is not the time to be depressed by it. Go on in life. Be happy. Because once you're depressed, it's so easy. It's a slippery slope into lusts. And that's why we should always be very happy. I once heard it's a joke, because it's like, someone once said that it's a big argument in halacha between Reb Nachman Breslover and Reb Aaron Kaliner. Reb Aaron Kaliner said that simcha is not a mitzvah, it just brings all the mitzvahs. Reb Nachman Breslover says mitzvah gedola liyos b'simcha, that it's a big mitzvah to be happy. So is it a mitzvah or not? But basically both are saying the same thing. It's very, very important to always be happy. It is man's nature to seek pleasure and to remain depressed. Good morning, Rabbi Kaufman. We said, what does the Alter Rebbe say? Why does the Yetzer Hara want you to be depressed?
So you do not this.
Exactly. To trick you in,
why does the
luring after lusts.
Why does the Yetzer Hara want you to do more Averis?
It doesn't say Averis, Rabbi. What? Taivas.
What are Taivas?
Right, but we're the first level of Chassidus, Rabbi. Chassidus the Yetzer Hara wants you to be depressed, because once you're depressed, it's easier for him to get you into lust.
And why does the Yetzer Hara want you to be in lust?
To do Averis.
This job. Lust are Averis, same thing.
Oh, very good.
It's
for Rabbi Kaufman, lust and Averis are interchangeable. It's true. Because what is the problem of Avera? Disconnects you from God. Disconnects you from your neshama.
Why does the Yetzer Hara want that?
It's his job. It's on payroll.
No.
So Have a beautiful day, everyone, and a meaningful
Wait, no, no, no.
davening.
Cliffhangers.